Hi everyone, my name is Abhishek and today's topic is going to be command line executions in Apache JMeter. So first thing, why do we need command line executions? What is the need? So you might have noticed this, but I'll just launch JMeter and show you this. So if I launch JMeter, first thing in this command prompt mode, you'll see that JMeter gives this suggestion: don't use GUI mode for load testing, only for test creation and test debugging. So why exactly JMeter is saying this particular message is the execution using the GUI mode takes a lot of memory, and when you are doing a performance test using GUI you don't get optimal results for your performance test. So whenever you are creating your test plan you can use your GUI, but whenever you are trying to run a full load or a bigger number of load, then you should use command line executions. So it takes a lot of memory, and for example view results tree and all those listeners takes a lot of memory, so that's why you use command line executions. Second point could be that command line executions can be helpful in your CI/CD pipeline setups. So whenever you want to integrate your performance test with continuous delivery, then in whichever mode you're working, like whichever tools you're using, Azure DevOps or whichever place, you can use command line executions to easily integrate your performance test. Okay, so let me close JMeter first here, and let's get started here. So first thing is we need to search for command prompt CMD. Okay, now here uh, I have only C drive on my machine right now, so that's and I have JMeter downloaded in C drive only. So I'll be copying the bin directory path of JMeter. So you go to your JMeter file, then you go to Apache JMeter and then bin directory. You copy this and you point it to this particular directory. Okay. So for example, if you are in D drive, you can just put D colon move to that directory and then move to this particular place. Okay. So now, right now, I'm inside JMeter bin directory. Okay. So first thing is you type JMeter hyphen h. So what this does is this is for help. So this will give you all the available commands. So if I enter this here, let me scroll up. You'll see a big banner like this, Apache JMeter, and here it will list all the command line options, whatever methods are there that will be mentioned here. Okay, so we'll take a look at all of these. Let me just copy this and paste it in a Word document. So this is here. Now second thing is uh, if you want to, so here in the first section it is mentioned that if you want to list all the command line options, like whatever options minus hyphen h hyphen p, what does this mean, how exactly to work with that, you can use this particular command jmeter.bat hyphen question mark in case of Windows and jmeter.sh hyphen question mark in case of Linux. So we'll just try this out. I will, let me just scroll down. So here I'll write jmeter.bat hyphen question mark, and this will give us all the details, like what does hyphen s means, what does hyphen j means, and all these details will be mentioned here. And whenever we are trying to do the command line executions, we can take use of these. So here like we use this in the first for help, this for the version, this for the property file, this for add prop, and etc. You get the idea. So we will get started with this first. uh, if we want to run Apache JMeter in GUI mode, how do we do that? Okay, so the thing is it's not recommended, but this method is available, so we can use this and we can explore how do we do this. Okay, so let me move my cursor down and I'll just write CLS, and here we'll try the first command. So we are trying to launch JMeter using command line. So I'll write JMeter dot bat and then property file. So this is optional. If you want to if you want to write it, you can write it. If you want to skip it, you can skip it. So if I just hit enter, it will launch JMeter on my machine. So as you can see, it is launched. Okay. The thing is, this particular command works with only JMeter as well. So if I type just JMeter and enter, then also it will launch the tool. Okay. Now we will take a look at what is -p here. Okay. So -p means property file, which property file you want to refer it to. So if you will take a look at your bin directory, you will see a file called jmeter.properties. Okay. So let me open this. So this properties file will have a lot of different configurations set up here, like XML parser, your recording configuration, your port, your certificate validity, and all those details. Okay. So let's say I want to not use the by default JMeter property, and I want to do some changes in this, and I want to refer another JMeter properties file. Okay. So we can do both. If you want, we can refer to this file, but it is auto referring this file. But what I'll do is I'll copy paste this, and I'll put it in another folder. So this is the folder I have put it in, and I will copy this path, and if I go back to my command prompt, I'll write jmeter dot bat -p. Okay. After -p, you need to mention where exactly the file is located. Okay. So you can refer to the bin directory as well, but in that case it does not make sense because it is already referring to that properties file. But if I am referring it at a different place where I've done any changes, so I'll use the name jmeter.properties. So /jmeter.properties, and now if I'll hit enter, it will launch JMeter tool in GUI mode, and it will refer to this jmeter.properties which I have created in another folder. So I have hit enter here. We'll just wait for it to load. Okay, it took a little while, but it loaded. So that covered the second section, to run Apache JMeter in GUI mode. How do we do this, and what is the need for this property file? Okay. Now, usually this is not used, but this we have covered this up. We will move to the most important section now, how to run it in non-GUI mode. Okay. So here, if you see the command, it's jmeter.bat -n -t and then -p -l -j. We will cover all this. So I will move here. I'll just type CLS just to clear this, and I'll write jmeter dot bat. So first we write -n. What do we mean by this? That we want to run our test in non-GUI mode. Okay. Now after that we mention -t. So that means that which test file we want to run. Okay. So I actually have a file in my bin directory. It's called demo test, which I have created before. So it would be somewhere here. Let me search. Yeah. So demo test.jmx. So what I'll do is I'll give this particular path, but in your case, wherever you have saved your test file, whichever drive, you put that location here. So I'll write demo test.jmx. Okay. Now if I'll move back here, that is -n -t. Okay. Now if I hit enter here, this will run my test in non-GUI mode. So if you can see here, creating summarizer, and it will give you all the details. Okay. But what will happen now is it is running the test, but we want a report to be created. Okay. We want the details to be logged somewhere. Okay. So we'll try to use this entire command. Okay, so I'll just use the previous, or let me write from fresh. Okay, so I'll write JMeter dot bat hyphen n is for non-GUI mode, hyphen t, and here we mention the test file path wherever your file is located. So I'll copy this and I'll paste it here. A good idea is to put this in double quotes, but it does not matter, but that would be a good practice to follow. I'll write demo test.jmx. Okay, now after this, if you will take a look at this, we have different options like hyphen p, hyphen l, and hyphen j. Okay, so I'll write hyphen p. As you can remember, this is for property files, so we will try to use this new property files which it was pointing at different location. So I'll just copy this and I will put this location here, slash the property files name is jmeter dot properties, so it is going to refer to this file. Now the next thing would be hyphen l, so I'll write hyphen l, and now I need to give the results path. Where do I want my results to be created? Okay, so I will take this local path and I will write this slash results. Okay, let's say it in CSV format. Okay, now after hyphen l, if you will notice, there is a log file, so I'll write hyphen j. Okay, and let's say I'll use the same place, type this, and I'll write log test dot log. Okay, or I can just mention log test. Okay, now I'll hit enter, it will run, and we should be able to see the reports here getting generated. So as you can see here, creating summarizer, creating the tree successfully at this particular file was used, starting waiting for possible shutdown, all these, which port and all those details will be mentioned here. So this is completed. Now we will go to our folder. So here if you'll see, results.csv got generated and log test got generated. So if I double click on this, or so here if you'll see, you'll be able to see all the results. Sorry about this. So here you'll be able to see all the details, what is the elapsed time, label, response, and all those things here. And let me close this. Now in case of log test, it will contain all the log details. So let me open it with notepad. So here if you'll see, it will give you all the log details. So this is how you can use partially if you want hyphen n, hyphen t, and then if you want just the results file, you do not want to mention the property file, we'll take a look at that as well. So if I will go here back to the command prompt, so let's say I do not want to refer to, I want to refer to the same property file, so I will remove the p portion. Okay, hyphen p portion, I am deleting this. Now I think it did not get so, or let me write it from the start. So it is running again. By mistake I pressed enter. So let me just show you another scenario once this gets completed. Okay, so I'll write jmeter dot bat. Now we need to understand one thing is, few things are interdependent. Okay, so this property file, it can refer the by default property file, so that won't be required. Okay, so if I write jmeter dot bat non-GUI, which test file I want to use, so that is in my bin directory, I copy this, I paste it here, write demo test.jmx. okay, Now if I go here and skip the property file, we'll take the results file and the log file. Okay, so -l, and I will use this particular location. So let me use this. Okay, and I'll write result 1. Okay, dot csv, and let's say for the next section -j. Okay, -j, and I will use the same section, let's say log 2. Okay, now if I hit enter, let's see what happens. Okay, so if some issue is there, if one thing is dependent on another, you will be able to see error and you can rectify it accordingly. So this is working fine. So that means it is referring to the previous property file which is in our bin directory and not to this property file. Okay, so this got completed. So our second section, how to run Apache JMeter in non-GUI mode, is working fine. Okay, here we are able to get the results in form of CSV. Okay, so the next thing is we'll move to this, how to run JMeter in non-GUI mode and generate report in the end. So let me let me first clear this. I'll clear this CLS, and I'll move here. So here it says is jmeter.pat -n-t. So this is something which we have used before. The property file if you want to use, the results file, the log file. So this much command still is the same. Now what else we are going to do here is we are going to add -e and -o. Okay, so -e means we want to generate the report in form of a dashboard, and -o wants us to tell where do you want it to be created. Okay, so let's go back to our command prompt and we'll try this out. So I'll write jmeter.pat, and first thing is -n for non-GUI mode, -t, and here we need to mention where our test file is located. So here if I go, I will go to my bin directory and I will copy the path and I will place it here /demo test.jmx. Okay, now after -t I have few other options here: property file, results file, log file, and then eno. Okay, so we will use -e. This is for dashboard generation, and -o is wherever you want your report to be generated. Okay, so I will get my reports here and let me clear this up. So if I mention it here, I have to give a name for the report. So let's say I am giving report. So what would happen in this case is we will get an error. Okay, so why are we getting the error? Because if you're not able to see the error, but let me scroll up and here you'll be able to see this. So here if you see incorrect usage option E requires -l option. But why is that the case? I'll explain you here. So what happens is -e creates a dashboard from the CSV file. So you need to use -l for -e to work. Otherwise what is happening here is this particular command is trying to generate a dashboard by using the logs file which you have not declared here. So nothing is able to get displayed here. So all we got to do here is, so if you go back to the command, I'll go back to this. So here if you see -l is required. Okay, so we will give -l and we will use this particular file testing JMeter, and let's say results.csv. Okay, now if I give -e, this particular file is getting generated, so it will be able to extract the report and generate a dashboard. Now for -o as well, I need to tell the location where do you want it to be displayed. Okay, so here I'll say report, and now if I hit enter, this will work fine. So see, it is working fine here. The execution is happening, and once this gets completed, I'll show you how the dashboard looks. So that the dashboard gives a very nice display of uh, we'll take a look. It gives a very nice display, and it is very easy for us to analyze things there. So still working, so let me move back here, and it's taking a bit. We'll wait for it to get completed. And guys, if you have any feedback, please feel free to share that in the comment section, and please like and share and subscribe to my channel so that I can create more videos if you like the content. So some issue here, I'm not sure why it is taking so much time. Maybe the test which I have used is having some issues, but we'll wait for it. In the meanwhile, I'll cover one particular section here. So see, here also -p property file was there. So same way as we have discussed before, if we want to refer it to a new property file, we can always use a new property file and do some changes and refer to that property file. Since we have not mentioned it here, this time it was referring the property file in bin directory, but you have the option to change that here. Okay, and let me move back to the command line. So let me copy this and open it back. I'm not sure what is happening, why it is not getting completed. Let me close and reopen this. Sorry about that. So I will launch this. I'll quickly move to the bin directory here. And we will jmeter.bat -n-t, and we will mention the bin directory path and demo test.jmx. Let me just cross check if something got generated. I think the results got generated, but let me delete this, and we will use -l, -e and -o. So -l, and I'll use the same command /results.csv, and I'll use -e to generate the dashboard, -o, and I'll use the same location. Hopefully it works fine and does not get stuck during execution. So I'll hit enter, and yeah, it got started. We'll wait for this to get completed. In the meanwhile, I'll cover the next option as well. So here if you see, the next one is pretty easy. What happens is, in the first case, in the case before this, we have generated a CSV file. Okay, so I'll show you the dashboard. The dashboard gives a very nice representation of and it becomes very easy to analyze that. But let's say you have used the first command and you have not used this particular command, and now you want to generate a HTML dashboard based on the CSV file what you have extracted. So we have the option to do that as well. So here if you see, this particular command is there, jmeter.bat, and obviously in case of Linux jmeter.sh -g, and wherever you have your CSV results file. So here if you'll see, your results file is getting generated, so you can use this particular file here, and then wherever you want the dashboard to be generated. But this got completed, so see here, this got completed, it got stuck because of some reason, but let me show you the dashboard which it got generated. So here your results.csv will contain all the details which we have seen before. Now coming to report, click on this. Here if you open this HTML, here you see you get a very nice report which gives what is your source file, what is your start time, what request summary. So actually my demo test.jmx, the test file which I have created, has failures as well, which was purposefully put in there just to see if that is getting popular or not. So here if you see statistics, errors, top 5 errors by samplers, and I had 3 pages, and all those details will be displayed. So this becomes pretty easy. You have different things as well here, chart time, then you have a lot of options here which you can explore. So this becomes very easy. So that's how you generate the report. Okay, now we'll explore the last option. Let me delete this report, and we will use this particular file results.csv. So we'll move to the next option, how to generate a report from an existing CSV file. So this need might come, so let me type this. This is going to be pretty easy command. So we'll write jmeter dot bat and -g, and then you need to mention the path where your CSV file exists. So in our case, we'll use this CSV file, and it's called results.csv. So I'll just copy this /results.csv. Okay, now if you see in the command, it says -o. Okay, so -o, and you mention the path here. So since I have deleted the report is going to work fine, but if it was already existing, then it would not work. So here you'll not be able to see anything getting displayed like this, because all what we are trying to do using this command line is we are converting the CSV report into a dashboard. So that's why I was not able to see anything. But however, when we go back here, you'll be able to see the report folder getting created, and similarly the same dashboard will be generated. Okay, now there are few other options here, like you can tell JMeter how to use a proxy server, and yeah, and I think there are a few other things as well. Let me go back here and show you guys. So if I type CLS here, if I type JMeter, so we'll take the first option here which was mentioned. So here if you can see JMeter dot bat and -question mark, and we'll be able to see all the commands here. So let's say I'll just explain one or two here. So see, if I want to change my commands by using these, we can take a look at this on what all these commands mean, and then obviously we can update accordingly. For example, let's say I do not want to mention the exact test file path, and I want to use the recent one. So there is one thing here called last, which if we use that particular command, it will use whatever is the recent or the last file, which test file which you have used for execution. So let me go here, and it should be somewhere here. I'm not able to see, but it is somewhere here. You'll be able to see something called last, similar like log file, non-GUI, server, username, password, all those things you can do here. Now, so two commands to remember: jmeter.bat -question mark. You'll be able to see all these, and then jmeter -h. It will give you all the command. So here, if you are able to see JMeter in non-GUI mode, how to generate the report in the end, existing CSV file. So these all we have covered. We have not covered these two, but in case I'm getting requests like that, I'll make a video on this as well. But this is pretty self-explanatory. I have created a document as well regarding this, which I'll put the link in the description of this channel. Thank you very much. If you have any feedback, feel free to comment, like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.